Hello guys, my name is Maya and this is the coolest hangout ever. I'll be your host for today and we have a lot and lots of interesting people that we're going to talk to and people that we're going to have fun with. Let's meet them.
Wagwan.
One blood, what up, my man?
Same imagine. Man's on the up block but don't see no ups.
Man's in the arms block, but they don't see no arms.
Okay, my name is Maya and with me here is Emmanuel. Emmanuel, welcome to the coolest hangout. And we're talking about books, we're talking about literature, we're talking about vibes. Even if you say literature is broad, I would want you to narrow down what kind of books do you read and what kind of authors would you like?
In the entirety of my lifetime, let me start with that. I have not really read a lot of books. And most of the books I had to read were forced down my neck. But one that I actually enjoyed is not really literature or more like all these self-help books. 40 Laws of Power. It
really helped you.
Yeah.
You said most of the books you read were forced down on you.
Just in case my father sees this, I'm sorry, sir.
What books were forced down on you?
Mostly motivational books, self-help books. The only one that actually, growing up, it has to be a thing where you had to read like 2 books per week, which was crazy. I'm already doing with school.
Oh, okay. You had to read 2 extra books per week from A to Z, or you have to read like 2 chapters.
Whether it was 2 chapters or 1 chapter, 1 line, it was getting tedious. It was too much. I'm dealing with algebra. I can't be dealing with letters again outside. But it was more of a time of, learning actually. So.
How long did it last? All your life, or
No.
until you became an adult?
Just till my senior secondary 1. That's SS1. Yeah.
SS1. Okay. Now we're talking about books. We're talking about literature in general. We're talking about vibes, right? The way things make you feel. What kind of music do you listen to? Or what kind of music were you permitted rather to listen to? And how did you like them? What kind of artists did you listen to?
Well, I have a very, very disorganized playlist. I mean, you can see from different genres. I'm a big fan of Black, Khalid, Upson, if you know of him. Then I used to be a big fan of Dua Lipa too. It was my girly era. So Dua Lipa, Sia, those high-pitched ladies. Thank you very much. Coming back to Nigeria, I have my Bonda number 1, Ashake.
Everybody loves
my 2
Ashake.
top performers. Give them their roses. Thank you. So then there's the Omale, Love Matters.
Everybody loves Omale.
If you've been heartbroken, you will love Omale. Once or twice in your lifetime, you will need it.
Word.
So I think those are my top artists.
Now that's very wonderful, and with the way you said you have a variety, and it's like it's very disorganized. We are sure that it's really cool having you here.
You can jump from whatever song I want.
That's the vibe of what. That's the vibe of what. Welcome to the coolest hangout ever.
Thank you. Oh, I get a Kopiko. That's nice.
Winifred, hi.
Nice to meet you, Winifred. Winifred, this is a book club. So can you tell us who your favorite book is? What kind of books you like?
I like motivational books, history books. I like Chimamanda. Yes, I like Red Green, and I think those are the 2 I can remember for now.
That's very wonderful. A very wonderful list of whatever list you just mentioned. Okay, so now we're talking about this literary sector. We're talking about books, we're talking about music. So what kind of music are you into? Or who is your favorite artist?
I'm into all kinds of music. But now, recently, I've been really vibing with the most of that, and also doing the story, things like that on Spotify. Yeah.
Now that's a very unexpected list. So thank you very much, Winifred, and welcome to the coolest hangout ever.
Thank you. Okay.
Barney, welcome to this event. And as we all know, this is a book club event. Okay. So speaking of books, what books do you read, and what kind of authors are you into?
Okay, so first of all, the type of books I read are mostly, I don't say character studies, but books with like real people. Like, even if it's fantasy or whatever, like I just like when the characters feel like actual people rather than completely out of the world. Yeah, exactly. So maybe stuff like 1984, George Orwell. Even when it comes to like the more popular fantasy books like Harry Potter and the rest, I'd say I prefer more grounded stuff like Game of Thrones. I'm currently reading the second book, but I have a general idea of everything that's happening because watching the show and all. So yeah, And this year I read, although that one is not fictional, but this year I read A Thousand Splendid Suns, and it was a really fucking cool book. And I think everybody should read it because it's very nice and honest and true.
Interesting choices. You like realism. You like something like.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Cecilia Ahern. She's the one who wrote Love Roses or Where Rainbows End. That's like probably my favorite book. And it's not anything like dramatic or anything. It's like a rom-com love type book. And the whole thing takes place like during the course of I think 10 or 20 years. And the whole book is like back and forth letters going from like regular text messages, faxes, like iPhone messages and stuff like that between two people who like each other but keep having issues.
That's not just the list, but it's a very interesting one. You're such a bookie. I'm honest.
I'm not.
And it's interesting because you have like a variety and you switch and switch and switch. And it's actually very not often you find someone that watches a movie or a series and then goes back to read the book, because you mentioned Game of Thrones that you're reading the series now and I'm like, wow, that's very interesting. I'm really into this realism of yours. So now, speaking of literature in general, one cannot mention literature without mentioning music, right? And music, if you don't like music, are you really alive? So it just makes sense that we choose the kind of music we love and the kind of artists we follow.
Yeah.
So what are your choices in this category?
And the whole like favorite artist is I feel like I don't have a definite list aside like probably J. Cole, because my favorite genre of music is hip hop. I love hip hop music.
And rap.
Yeah,
Rap,
exactly.
rap.
Yeah. I'm not talking about not like trap music, like hip hop, like rapping, rhymes and shit.
Do you focus on the lyrics or?
It's a blend of both. So don't get me. I like trap music. If I like a party and everything, it's cool. But like I like classic hip hop music. I like rap artists like Joey Badass, Starba, Pivot Gang. Mostly all these guys from Chicago. No Name. I'm trying to think of more rappers. But here in Nigeria, I don't really listen to Nigerian rap music as much. But I love Afrobeats. And if I mention who I currently enjoy, Obong JR, I think it was last year or the year before, he dropped my favorite album, not just in Nigeria. It's called Some Nights I Dream of Doors. Obong JR is a very talented artist. I like him, I like Omale, I like Rema. Rema's new album is fire. I like Rema. I'm a Davido guy. Like if the whole Davido Whiskey thing, I'm a Davido guy. I used to like Whiskey a lot. Whiskey is cool, but I'm a Davido guy. I love Burna Boy. Burna Boy is probably the guy in Afrobeat shop. But yeah.
If anybody was unprepared for this interview, Barney was born prepared because he just literally poured out almost everything we should know about you. Somebody can just watch this interview now and know if they see on the road, they are Barney, right? But just hearing what you said so far. Okay, so it's very interesting to have you here and welcome to the coolest hangout ever.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
Echo Echo, or better known as Coco.
Echo Coco. That's a very interesting name. So Coco, can I call you that? Coco, this is a book club event, and we're talking about books, talking about literature. What kind of books are you into, and what kind of authors do you roll with?
I'm into fictional novels, fictional books. I don't like reality. Reality sucks. I'm into fictional novels. My authors, if you had asked me last year, I would go with C.D. Sheldon. I can't remember her name right now, but yeah. But recently, because of this book club, I've been into African authors. And
Because
I cannot remember
because
of the book club. Yes,
Oh.
I've read a lot of African books. I do not remember their name, but I know the stories.
Can you describe a book that you feel you really like?
That I really like. Okay.
Maybe the audience can now guess the author of the book you're talking about.
I
Since you
guess
cannot
so.
remember.
Okay. The one that's come to my mind. Should I describe the book?
Yeah, you can describe maybe the plot, the theme, what it was about, the
Okay.
storyline.
So this lady got married. She was forced to get married to someone, blah blah blah. Anyways, she gets married to him, but he's dating someone else, has a kid with another person. But his family wanted her to be the wife. So she gets married, and then she falls in love with the husband, romance. Except he was still involved with the other lady who he has a kid with. Along the line, she gets pregnant. She thought everything was all rosy in their family, they have a child, everybody comes around.
Last, I might talk.
And randomly, because the usually was left to play games, this is why I like reality.
Reality stuff.
She runs into the other woman. And turns out he was in the house with her. He had said he had a business trip, but here he was playing house
Wow.
with the main woman and his kid. So she finds out she was the other woman.
Oh my god! Now that's his plot twist.
She found out she's the other woman. So I feel like that's enough.
That's this is an African book, right?
It's an
An African author.
African
If you know this book, please recommend it. Oh my god. I like the idea that, or I like the fact that you're into fiction because yes, like you said, reality is a whole messed up situation where if you really focus in it too much, you might just get lost in it. And now we're talking about making a way for imagination, to explore out of reality. And if we're mentioning books, we're also mentioning music as a form or a medium to escape reality. What kind of music are you into, and what kind of artists?
I want to say I'm into all kinds of music. If I like a song, the beats, the lyrics, I vibe with it. I'm like, okay, yeah. So for my artist, Nicki Minaj, Jamaica,
She's feisty.
Jamaica, because who doesn't like? It's J. Cole, my nigga. Who else? Like, okay, I heard you say listening to Amari. Oh my god, Amari. Just like her songs are so precious. So Amari, Arista, I'm no longer in that space of Nigerian music sucks because they don't. So Arista, okay, Amari is not Nigerian, but I'm just going to claim her because she's Ghanaian, like basically we are siblings. Thames, obviously.
They will come for you actually.
I love Two-Face. He's my brother in the sense of Idoma. Love the music, not the person. But yeah, I like vibes. I like storytelling.
No, that's not.
Yeah, because I picture story. Like when I'm listening to a lyric, when I'm listening to songs, so like the images, like my brain creates a movie basically. So if I'm able to picture a reality of me feeling what you felt while you wrote that song, or picture myself like, you're a 10 anyway. So
Now, I find you very interesting because I have heard everybody talk about reading books and getting imaginations. I'm watching movies and even fantasizing other kinds of possibilities where the movies can go to. But you're saying you listen to music and then you imagine a storyline, and that's just awesome. We are the coolest hangout just got cooler because of you.
it just got cooler. Thank
Have a
you.
nice day. Welcome very much, sir. Okay, so this is a book club event, a literary event in general. So we're talking about books and authors. Who is your favorite author, or what kind of books do you like?
I love inspirational books.
Oh, inspirational books.
Yeah. I love inspirational books. So basically, I would say one of the books that has really helped me and touched me is Tim LaHaye.
Tim LaHaye. Wonderful.
It talks about personality, cholerics, sanguine. So basically, Tim LaHaye is all about your personality, who you are, how do you manage it, how do you blend, who's your own blend, things like that. So basically, I'll say that's the best book I've ever read, the best author, because I have series of his books, all on
Personality. Now that's a very wonderful choice. Me as a person, I love to be as an individual. Individuality should be brought out among people, and that's very beautiful. Since we're talking about literature, music also is always involved. So now let's know how you vibe, and let's know what kind of music you vibe to, and the kind of artist you like to listen to.
Okay, so when you talk about music, music generally, I would not say I have a particular artist. But I'll say gospel music, yes. But any music. So you start from Indian music to Arabic music to Apala to Fuji to Waro to name it.
A man of faith and personality. Yes. Thank you very much, and welcome to the coolest hangout ever.
Thank you very much for having me. Oh, this is lovely.
Titi Lokbe. Can I call you Titi? Titi, you have a wonderful smile.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are here talking about books, talking about literature, talking about vibe in general. So, what kind of books are you into, and what kind of authors do you read?
So, to be very honest, recently I haven't been reading any books outside of my schoolwork. Yeah, that is been very
Educational.
It's not by choice. It's not something I really enjoy particularly. But outside that, I got introduced to. We have this link. So the girls in my class created this drive of African books. There's that Larry Kuku, Chimamanda, everyone. And I think the last book I read was Louis It was
That's a title.
Oh, you've not heard of it?
I've not actually.
Wow. I thought it was quite out there. Yeah. So that was my break my resumption into reading books outside of my educational school. It was really nice. is I like African literature really. I like how it is relatable, in the sense that you can get where the writer is coming from, and at the same time you get to see differences in how you grow up, how people grow up within the same environment, like with the same factors. So yeah.
And that's a very interesting choice. And actually, I was also attracted to Big Bumbo Matters Tomorrow because of the title, as well as 90% of the population. But it was counting, right? Okay, so now we're talking about literature and vibes in general. Like you said, you read educational, but in general, you still like to encourage. What kind of music are you into, since we like to vibe? And what kind of artists would you listen to if you had the chance to?
Basically, I listen to a lot of things. And there's nothing in particular that I listen to. Like during exams, because it's not long we finished exams. After reading and everything, I don't want to think. I don't want to listen to things that will make me feel emotional and whatever. So I just go with Rema, things that are just what they call hard hitting. It's just the beat and everything. So that's what I listen to mostly at that time. But then regularly, I let DJ X on Spotify do his thing.
DJ X.
Yes, the beta radio on Spotify. So he mixes based on your listening history before.
Okay.
So there's a lot of, as some people would call it, white people music. There's a lot of soft rock, alternative rock. There is also classical music as well. Mozart, Beethoven, all those ones. They just really get me some kind of headspace. I like it. So I'm not very picky when it comes to music. Just let it be good.
Can I ask what you're studying?
Veterinary medicine.
Plot twist.
What's that? Why?
With your line of music, your kind of music, your kind of it. But in general, actually, it helps you calm, it helps you think straight, and it helps you organize yourself better. That's very wonderful. Welcome to the greatest hangout, the coolest hangout ever.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Elliot.
Ellie, I call it Ellie. So Elliot, this is a literary event. So what do you think about books, and who is your favorite author?
I think books are wonderful. They, especially if you have a very wide imagination, they travel you to another world. You build your own story. Movies are great because basically for me, I like storytelling in general. But I prefer books to movies because for movies they show you how you should imagine. But for books, you choose how to.
They leave like a gateway for you to explore.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I also believe very strongly in imagination.
Exactly.
So your favorite author or your favorite books?
My favorite author. My favorite book currently is Flowers for Algernon. But my favorite author will be Dan Brown. And that's because I basically grew up reading his books. The Lost Symbol, The Da Vinci Code, Deception, and so on.
And the rest of them.
Exactly.
Did you read the entire series or?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's
It was in my school library, so it was in my school library, so I went through all of them.
Now that's very wonderful. Interesting choices. Conspiracy, mystery, and
Yes.
that's all reality. He does a lot of real life history, right?
Yes, he does.
So that's a very, very interesting choice. So now, speaking about literature in general, it also involves music, and everybody loves music. I mean, if you don't like music, you're not human, right? Who is your favorite artist, or what kind of music do you listen to?
Okay, so for me, I guess I'm not too fixated. If it's catchy, I like it. But the artists that I really like, I like AJR, I like John Bellion,
Okay.
and then for Nigerian artists, I guess I like Ashake very much.
Plot twist right there.
So yeah, those three, they are my repeats.
Oh wow. That's a very good list. And personally, I love AJR and Rebellion and Asake.
Yes.
Did I pronounce it right? Ashake.
Ashake,
Sorry. But yeah, that's wonderful to have you here, and welcome to the coolest hangout ever.
Thank you.
Evelyn. Welcome, pretty Evelyn. So we're talking about books, we're talking about literature in general. What kind of books do you like, and what kind of authors do you read?
I will go with Steve Harvey. Act like a man, think like a woman. No, act like a woman, think like a man.
Act like a woman.
That of Charlie Hapman, The 5 Love Languages.
Those are
A lot of books.
very interesting choices. Someone can tell your personality with these books you just told me, and that's a very, very wonderful thing. At least you're easy to understand and easy to go with, and it's wonderful. So now we're talking about literature in general, and in as much as we are using books to go as an escape or to use as an escape from reality, there's also a different medium, which is music, and everybody loves music, right?
Yeah.
So now, can you tell me what kind of music you listen to or you like, and the kind of artist you want to always roll with?
What should I go with? I don't really have a favorite.
They plenty.
There are much, yes. But I think I love cool music. I don't like lousy music. I love something cool.
Something serene.
Yeah. What should I go with? Stuff like, I don't know, eyes on my baby. Like, I don't know my baby. Stuff like that. But I don't know the song. I don't know the man.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. That's very cool. I feel your vibe is the kind that everybody would like to relate with, or somebody would like to exactly. People understand how they will know how to talk to you, and that's really, really good. That's really good. Well, welcome to the coolest hangout, and I hope you have a very, very nice time. Prince, ooh, you're royalty by the name. You don't need to tell me if it's for the background. He is royalty. Okay, so we're here talking about literature, talking about books, talking about what we like and what we roll with. Can you tell me what books do you read and kind of authors you read over and over again, or you trust their every release?
I'm not actually a book fan, so I might not be able to tell you some authors, but I'm a fan of maybe investment books.
Funny how a book club event is not even just limited to bookies, because as you are coming for this event, you're going to get inspiration. It's basically for you to love books. And trust me, you love books. Okay, so what do you exactly, if you don't really read books, what do you use to escape this reality of art? Because like somebody said earlier, reality is messed up. Yeah. So what do you use to escape this reality of art?
I use songs.
Oh, music.
Then I watch movies.
That's very interesting. Songs are very crucial to really let go of a lot of things. So let's talk about that. What kind of songs do you listen to, and what kind of artists would you always? You can just put them on the playlist and you're just, yes, this is me.
Okay, so songs I listen to Nigerian Afrobeats. So Fireboy, Oxlade, those two guys, no matter where I am, on steady repeat.
Nice. This guy is full of vibes. I like it a lot. Well, welcome, and I hope you have mad fun in the coolest.
I do.
Sorry.
Thank you.
There you have it. We've heard a lot of interesting reviews of people's personal lives and how they enjoy their music and they love their books. Now let's go have some fun.